So, um, this is the Squeegee Life podcast because fucking Tim's a dick and he's not here.
He's out
So
pretending to
today,
work.
this is the
Yeah.
Squeegee Life podcast with Mark Tanner and T Squeegee since Tim doesn't like us anymore.
Yeah.
We got Seth Byers here with us, so we're kicking it
Tim's
old
got
school.
second story windows to clean.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
12 kids, 8-story work to do. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So how's everybody doing? Yeah, Jason doesn't win this time. Fernando is actually the first. So, you guys are all screwed. Because Fernando is the winner, not Jason today. I would give Fernando a bottle of rub, but he's already gotten one. So I'm gonna hold him hostage until Jason Lehman. I want him to whine some more for that rub. I just want Jason to keep asking.
Yeah.
Big
Bitch don't know
Squeegee.
how to barbecue anyway. That I can't see
Yeah.
him even waiting for something to be 14 hours cooked.
Who? Jason?
Yeah.
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 It's raw meat. He's Bigfoot, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
I got a notification. I have new from Reach It, Cheap It's water fed window cleaning. There is money in glass if you lick my ass. I mean, if you clean it fast. By Perry Tate.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's still pushing that up, down, side, and you're done.
Yeah,
In
still.
not in the real world window cleaning brush.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
that's fake. That's fake. That's not real.
Yeah, because guess what? Going back to redo something that didn't come clean
Yeah.
is twice as much work as doing it right the first time. Anybody ever think of that?
Right.
That's such a
Tim,
crazy
Tim, if you're watching, share it because I don't know how.
Yeah, I can. I'll try. I'll try.
Are you gonna
See
try?
what I-
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm gonna
Mark's
try.
gonna try and share it
Yeah.
around because Mark's.
try.
a
It'll
sweetheart.
probably end up on a porn site
crazy. I
somewhere.
can't see TJ's beautiful face here. Oh, come on.
Yes.
Shit.
You can't see my face still, man.
Still
Dude, I don't know what's going on. Can everybody see my face? Can everybody hear everybody good? Where's Josh? I listen, Josh. I talked to Josh yesterday. He said he wanted to come on the podcast, but it would probably be a little later, probably in the second hour. But I'm not gonna hold him to it. How's that? He told me to put him on blast and be like, live tonight with Joshua Schoaf. And, I guess we remain to see what happens. You know what I mean? I guess we'll see what happens. You know what I
You
mean?
got to get out of his tights and
Yeah.
get ready.
Hey,
Tim?
T.
What?
Excuse me, T. Would you like me to share this in advanced window cleaning as well?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I heard the page
They'll
is
kick
even
you
going
out.
out of business.
The
The
page
page is going
is
out.
going out of business. Yeah! Woo! Advanced Window Cleaning is shutting its doors after 2 seasons on Facebook. They're shutting their doors.
It's like
Fucking
the
douchebag.
Fox schedule last
Yeah.
half.
Dude, you know what I need is I need a picture of that storefront, and so I could put a cheap it fucking Photoshop cheap it into the front of it instead of reach it. That's
Dude,
gotta
there's-
happen.
In your video that has those fuckos trying to put that sign on the roof that wasn't even close to working,
Yeah.
there's got to be you could screenshot that. You know?
Morning,
Me and
gents.
Mark
What's up,
trying to put this
Craig?
place up with 3 tools:
Yeah.
Right.
a corded drill, a hand screwdriver, and a fucking one hammer.
Well, what I liked about it is when they were up on the roof, me and Kaz Nucha and his buddy, the dude that works for him, were standing there, and I was like, "That doesn't look like it's very safe to me." And everybody on the ground looked at me, and then the guys up on the roof were like, "Oh shit, he's right," you know. And I'm sitting there recording these momos hanging over this 16-foot ledge trying to get this sign in. It's such a clusterfuck, man. I mean, they got it in, but, whatever.
They're putting a clear plastic sign showing the guts of the sign, all the ballasts, all the bulbs. That looks pretty good. You want to see the inner workings of the sign.
Right. Tim said he's out working. It's dark now. He told me and Mark earlier that he's had like 3 or 4 fucking hours of work to go, and that was at 6. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently Tim's got himself a long day ahead of him. What's up, Kevin?
Floor glass.
Luke loves him some TJ. Hey, man, I talked to Luke. Like I said on the last podcast, a couple of times a week, man, and if not every day, we might be like back and forth about something. He's a pretty good dude, man. He's a pretty good dude. I like him. So, we have a lot of shit in common, like playing swords.
Right.
How's business? Jason Lehman wants to know how business is, Seth.
It's good, man. It's good. I don't know. I could say the cliche is killing it, doing great.
Killing killing it.
Yeah, hashtag hustle.
Hashtag hustle.
Up and go to work, I guess.
Right. Yeah, it's that time of year, though, isn't it? I mean...
It is, yeah. I mean, if you're not doing good now, like...
Yeah.
You're in...
Yeah, dude. If it's not busy now, then...
you're fucked.
Yeah, dude. I'm doing decent right now. But, I'm pretty close to being out of control. It's only a matter of time. I'm starting to get to the point now where it's starting to be like, oh, no. You know what I mean? Oh, no.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Sign up for this.
Labor Day, like slammed? Is that kind of how it is for you in vacation land?
Yes. May is gonna be. I've already got most of May booked up, but I'm gonna be stacking soon. I'm gonna be stacking appointments.
You still got that kid helping you?
No, I'm using my actual kid this year. My actual kid, yeah.
Well, your oldest daughter or the middle?
The middle.
Nice.
Elena.
Does she like it? Has she done any of it yet?
She doesn't like anything.
She's a teenager.
She's a teenager and she doesn't like much at all. But she couldn't be more her father if I shit her out myself. Like seriously, for real. Like if I knocked off a chunk and then just molded it into another little person, it would that for sure. She's definitely her father's daughter. Mark's playing with his balls right now. He's like, I'm digging in my nuts.
Yeah. Okay.
They're sticking, by the way.
Yeah.
You get that rain today too, Fernando. Jad, did you guys get some rain today? Does Luke get No, Luke does not get morning shark texts. No. That's something private between me and Mark. I feel like if I shared farts with anyone besides Mark, I'd be cheating on him.
That's fair. Mark sent me a few last early summer, mid spring. He sent me like 4 of them in a row one day, and I was like a couple shower ones, and they're pretty fun. I didn't know
good stuff right there, dude.
You're
dealing with someone who has talent that you don't know the likes of.
Yeah,
it was a solid 10 to 15 seconds so far that you sent me.
Dude, I save them up. It was in your honor.
Yourself, but I wasn't sure.
No. I got good sphincter control. My wife goes, "You're gonna blow that thing out, and I'm gonna have to wipe your ass when you're 80."
Oh,
and I'm like, no,
good.
It's the fucking muscle, and I do my Kegel exercises every day, keep things tight, okay, and it works.
What's up, Luke? Speaking of my hashtag bestie, there's Luke. So whatever, guys, he does like me, so you guys can kiss my ass.
He's on.
Jason just landed a big retirement community. Speaking of banks, I'll be honest, man. I just locked me in a 3-story bank with all the glass partitions inside, the whole 9 yard, the whole shooting match. That's gonna be some ching. I was kind of surprised. So, and what's cool about it is, what's cool about this is that the service industry, there's those companies like like Nest, Nest, they set the price.
Yeah.
So I mean, and when they come back with a price, and I'm like, shit, that's more than I would. They gave me an NTE on every floor, not to exceed 500, not to exceed 700, and I'm like, Jesus. And then they did the outside the same way, and I'm like, damn, boy.
It's usually the opposite when it comes to those
on this one, boy.
party.
What's that? No,
it's
dude.
usually the opposite. Down here it is, dude.
Well, it's almost $600 more than I used to charge them.
Yeah. No, I'd run with it as long as you can. As long as you're getting paid by those guys. I don't
No,
do
I'm
any
not
work.
gonna. But I'm gonna drop it, and I'm gonna do 400 instead of
Yeah.
6. You know, charge them inflation because I've been doing these banks all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had 5 banks, and then the bank sold out to another bank, and then I lost them. And
Yeah.
around here, dude, since Obama bailed the banks out when they got in all that financial
Uh
crisis,
huh.
I don't know anybody that does banks. And the banks by me are either clean every now and again or absolutely filthy. I mean, it's they ain't no one doing banks anymore here.
Chris Lamborghini said first, like an hour in.
Attaboy. Fuck.
Oh man, I'm glad everyone gets it. I love the fact that everyone gets it. It's great.
So it makes it
This is
fun.
great. This is great. Yeah, dude, I'm like hashtag killing it right now, dude. You know what I mean?
What?
I'm making all the monies, dude. All of the
Hashtag.
monies. Yeah, hashtag hustling it.
Like it.
Oh,
I
fuck.
The only
actually
way to
ran
do it,
into
man.
I actually ran into you remember the guy I was telling you guys about podcasts ago that used to sit in the parking lot and watch me clean windows?
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
ran into his 2 employees today. We were servicing accounts right next to each other. There was 2 of them, one of me. I'm not going to tell you who was faster because then you guys would think I was lying. But they were faster. But they're nice kids, man. I liked them. I thought they were cool kids. They actually asked me if I was hiring, and I said no. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, yeah. But I was like, no, man, I'm not actually. I just do this myself. Family run business. My daughter helps. I keep it. I keep it in the family. But they're actually nice dudes, man. I actually showed them a couple of things which I probably shouldn't have. I made my competition better today. But they asked questions. They're like, man, what's that tool you're using? And I'm like, it's an Unger 0 degree with an S plus channel. We're like, where do you get that at? Like, man, that's so much easier than what we're doing. And I'm like, yeah. And he wanted to try it out. I let him try it out on his above windows because the storefronts are exactly the same, but they're right next to each other. And I've been doing
Yeah.
this one storefront since the building was built, so I've been there the whole time. You know what I mean? I did have the next store, but they got mad because I wanted my money and they didn't want to pay me. So they were like, "We're gonna
Well,
get someone cheaper." And I was like, "All
yeah.
right, cool, dude."
Yeah,
But
you're not paying anyway. You shouldn't be
they've gone
complaining.
through 4 window cleaners since I was there, and now these guys are. They're nice kids, man. They were
Cool.
nice kids. That was cool. Something new. Got to pass down a little bit of the little bit, you know. But
That's the way to do it, man.
I'll tell
oh
you what,
whatever.
I'd rather have another company solicit, uh, you know, go after some of my work here and there than
Mm,
solicit my employees. That's one thing that's a fucking
yeah.
no-no. That's a no-no. Like I used to have, well, I still have this restaurant down here, and across the way, every Tuesday I'd see the employee of the company that I actually bought,
Mm,
and he'd come up, when you hiring me, when you hiring me, and I'm like, dude, I go, you're doing them cut ups with a pole instead of a ladder, and you don't have a DI system. It's like all these French windows on the top and then
yeah.
big windows on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're trying to pull those. I could see from my restaurant that your restaurant looks like shit. I go, and you want me to hire you? I said, number one, I don't make it a habit of hiring anyone else's employees. I said, you just stay where you are, and I'll stay where I am.
Dude,
You
I
know.
think that's the best way to do those kind of windows. I always hit that shit with the water fed pole on the top.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bang
Oh
those
yeah.
Frenchies out with the water fed pole. I
Yep.
live near salt and da 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 da. We know, Seth. We know.
I didn't
Everything
say
you do,
shit. I was actually.
is harder. When you stack ladders, you stack 12. We get it, bro. We get it.
Yeah.
Henry's window cleaning decided to grace us with his presence this evening.
Whoa! Look at that.
Mark ever
Cool.
makes another one of those kits he has in the back of his truck, I'll be
Fucking
doing water
buy
for
the
Polar.
guy some business cards and some magnets for the side of his Jeep, and he just stops talking to you. Doesn't come around anymore. He
He's a
doesn't
stud,
write.
man. He's a
Oh
stud.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's
Dude,
out
he is
there.
hooking up
Big.
with all those Facebook friends that
Yeah.
have no friends in common and only one picture.
He had to start all over again.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. But what's up, Jason? It's nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just business is business. You know what I mean? I can't see going and taking somebody's employees from them. You know what I mean? I would never in a million years would I do something like that. That's rough as shit. You know what I mean? That's like giving your product to somebody and then fucking wanting them to sell it and then shitting on them all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes about as much sense as that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm off on a tangent. So, does anyone have any questions for Mark? No, I'm just kidding because we don't want to hear Mark talk that long. TJ, you made him busy with the cards and sign.
I hope Henry's doing really well.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope he is too. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
That's why I did. I was just, he needed some new cards, a new look, a fresh outlook on life. So I
Yep.
hooked him up, man. Made him, give him something to pass out to the folks. You know what I mean? Make him some fucking money, man. It was a gesture of goodwill. I felt, I wasn't doing too well at the time, and he wasn't doing too well at the time, and I'm like, here, man, I got a little extra for you. Here you go, buddy. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You got to lift those up around you, right? Or wrong?
Well, I'll tell you what. If fucking Jason don't get his shit together and get us a Bigfoot video, we need to be nice to Henry because Henry can provide the same similar Bigfoot video.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and Henry's got weaponry to go looking for
Yes.
a Bigfoot.
Yes. Henry could actually go out into the wilds of Florida and get us a fucking skunk ape.
I'm kind of wondering if we put Jason Lehman and Henry in a ring.
Like a
in the
battle
squared
royale?
Yes, in those big ass tights, and then Josh could be the referee. Who would win? That would
It'd
be
be
a
like
good one, man.
Godzilla versus Mothra. It'd be like a
Yeah.
fucking one of those, you know what I mean? It would be an epic battle of, it would be like the Bionic Man versus Sasquatch. You know how fucking dope that would be, dude? Man, bro. That'd be like the Avengers versus Thanos. What's that?
Is it just wrestling, or are there weapons involved?
No, we
I
can't
don't
let
know.
weapons in.
No,
Well, I
I
feel
mean
like
steel
Henry would be
chairs.
scared.
I want it to be a steel cage match with chairs and tables. That's what I want.
Well, it'd be like Mankind versus The Undertaker.
Who's Mankind?
Henry.
No, what is Mankind? Is it?
Did you ever watch wrestling in the 90s or early 2000s? He used to be Cactus Jack.
Oh, Cactus Jack. I know who Cactus Jack is.
Mankind. He had the sock puppet.
Oh, yeah. I might have missed that.
I think I stopped watching by that. I watched it as a kid, dude. My favorite one when I started watching again was that Honky Tonk Man.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
come out with that big balsa wood guitar and bust it over someone's fucking head.
I watched it up until it started getting like, when Hulk Hogan was in, not in the WWF. He was Hollywood Hulk Hogan. That's around the time I stopped watching. Right around there, I watched some of that, and I was like, man, this is just getting out of control. Guys are starting to do that thing with across their crotch and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? It's
Oh, yeah.
sicky.
Ever got in trouble in high school doing that?
That's so whack. I was like, man, I gotta stop watching this shit. Actually, I tell you what, I thought, wrestling was part of the culture, what I mean, for a long time. I mean, that's what you watch cartoons, you watch wrestling on the weekends, you know what I mean? Shit, WrestleMania was a big deal. That first one, shoot, man, we had the whole house full of people to watch some fake shit.
One time, my kids were young, probably 10 and 6, and we took, they were really into wrestling, as all kids their age are.
Yeah.
So we said we're going down to Miami for dinner. And so we go to this area, and in downtown Miami, they have we went to Monday Night Raw live, dude. And who was that? John Cena was there. I mean, it was one of the bigger ones. And when we left there, they were done with wrestling because you don't get the camera angle, okay?
Yeah.
And dude, it's like, I'm not kidding you. I never knew this because I had gone when I was a kid, but it wasn't as commercialized as it is now.
Right.
But like during the commercial breaks, dude, they just stand there and do nothing. The guys pretty much don't even fight. Right. It's like they're leaning up against the ropes waiting for the commercial to end.
It is wrestling, Mark. I mean, what did you expect?
Well, no, it's not wrestling. It's an exhibition.
It's wrestling, boy.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. I'm the biggest Ric Flair fan in the entire fucking world. He is the greatest wrestler of all time. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair is the fucking man. 4 horsemen till I die, son. But anyways, have you guys watched that documentary, The Resurrection of Jake Roberts? Have you seen
No.
that? You've got to watch that. It's about Jake the Snake Roberts and what's his name? Diamond Dallas Page, the yoga guy.
Yep.
Jake the Snake Roberts moves into his house and fucking gets sober, dude. It's crazy, dude. And you remember Scott Hall, Razor Ramon?
Yeah.
He's in it too, and to see him in the shape that he's in, dude, and to see it shows the progress, dude. It's absolutely captivating. It's like a train wreck. You can't look away. It's definitely worth $4 or $5 to rent. Honestly, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. It might be on Hulu or Netflix if you look for it. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll jump.
Any of you guys on Twitter?
What's that?
Are you guys on Twitter at all?
I used to be on Twitter, but man, Twitter's Twitter's rough for me. But go ahead. Why? What's up?
No, just the Iron Sheik's Twitter is probably.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. I heard it's up.
He's my favorite person on Twitter.
Do you have Instagram?
No, just a business page. I don't have a card.
Because the Black Beast, Derek the Black Beast Lewis, the UFC fighter, dude, his Instagram is fucking probably the best thing that's ever happened in the world. It's way better than the Iron Sheik because he does it with videos and shit. And that shit is he does his own memes and shit. It's so good, dude. It's so good, dude. He like superimposes his face into pictures with Ronda Rousey and shit. It's so hilarious, dude.
She's doing wrestling now, right?
On Son's account, still working. What's up, Nico Peloso? Which I'm assuming that is Rob Peloso.
That guy's got more aliases than freaking Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, he's always creeping while we're sleeping, that guy.
Yeah.
Someone from Spain is watching. Horatio, what's up, son? Man, boy, Rey Mysterio Jr. is number one. Stop it, dude. Listen, there is not a better wrestler in the world than Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! What?
I personally like Vader the most. I miss him.
Van Vader?
Do you remember Vader? From like the late 80s?
Big Van Vader. He used to come out with that fucking big mask on with the horns that shot out fucking smoke and shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think it's like Three Ninjas or something like that. I mean, I'm kind of dating myself here a little bit, but I remember watching Three Ninjas, and I think it was either that or something else where he like popped a basketball and then threw it at somebody. It was awesome.
I think that might have been the movie. Oh man, somebody just gave us a thumbs down. How dare you, Eric? Styling or profiling, the limousine riding. Kiss stealing, man. I'm telling you guys, man. He was the.
I'm always impressed with Horatio's on here because isn't it like 2 a.m. where he's at?
Yeah, he's in Spain or some shit. That motherfucker's on the other side of the world. Mankind. Yeah. I can't remember his real name. Cactus Jack. What's his? Mick Foley.
Mick Foley. Yep.
Rick Flake. Nope. My prom date was a crazy wrestler trying to save that flower. What? Vader had a big career in Japan. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, Ryan King just said that Vader died last year.
Nah, did he really?
Yeah, whose podcast do I listen to? Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin's. He's got a good podcast. I like to hear about the shit that happened behind the scenes back in the day wrestling. Like this, the guys riding in the cars together and shit like that, going from place to place. That shit is so interesting to me. I just like subcultures, you know what I mean? Like window cleaning. That's another subculture. You know what I mean? But we're not as cool as everybody else. We're not as cool as wrestlers. Yeah, not at all. Stone Cold is the GOAT. No, he's not. Even Stone Cold will tell you the greatest wrestler to ever do it is Ric Flair. Listen to his podcast. He says it all the time. What's up, Timothy Roberts from the D? David Decker. I gotta give David Decker something, but I can't remember what I told him I was gonna give him. Do you guys remember? Huh?
Nice one, Mike. I'm just reading Mark's comment.
Oh.
It's a solid one.
What's a solid one? What'd you do?
Mark's comment.
I missed it.
Oh.
I owe you something. I know I got to give David Decker something. I just don't know what it is. I've got his address. Is it Rub? Did he win Rub and a sticker or something? Somebody did last week, right? I thought so.
Might
I
have been
think
him.
it's David. I just sent it to him anyways. You're going to get Rub and a sticker. I don't know what I told you I was going to give you, but where's Suge White? I don't know where Suge White's at, man. I don't know, dude. He said he was coming on. There's nothing I could do about it. If Josh Schoaf don't come on, he don't come on.
You just get boring Seth Byers on tonight, unfortunately.
Yep, that's all you get is Seth Byers.
I mean, I can go
Where's
fuck
Tim?
myself.
Tim is working. Shit, I don't know. Josh might be working. I don't know. I get up at 4:30. I go out. I'm out cleaning windows. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? 4:30. I'll be honest. The alarm goes off at 4:30.
Yeah.
I get up around some other time around that. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you guys do that. Like, I'm barely like up at 6 a.m.
Do you not do
I-
a lot of commercial work? You probably don't, do you?
The commercial work I do, like, we get there at like 7:30. Is the earliest. I mean, like, do you consider like nursing homes commercial work?
Yeah, but
No, well, you
I
can't
gotta
go banging on
I
a
gotta
nursing
do
home
I can't be there before really. Like, I mean, they eat breakfast at about 5:45 in the morning, but yeah, usually I don't show up till the earliest I go anywhere is like 7:30.
I got hey listen, David Decker, I'm gonna send you Rub and a sticker and a Rub and Tug Groupon too. I'm gonna hook you up with both, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the full assortment of Squeegee Life stickers, everything that I have. I'm gonna give you one of and some Rub. I'll even give you a Cheap It sticker if you want, and I'll give you one of these too. We can't give these things away. People don't even want that shit on. They don't even want to. They're afraid their car's gonna fall apart if they put it on the back.
Shit's gonna break down. Gonna have to put parts back on it with super glue.
My problem is I got to get up earlier because I have multiple restaurants that need to be done before a certain time every day. So I can't be like. And unfortunately, in my case, in my area, I have to keep those kind of fucking accounts. I have to bend over backwards for those because that's what feeds my family in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying. That's what keeps the wheels going in the wintertime is restaurant work for me. You know what I mean? A lot of guys do storefronts around here, but I'm not playing that fucking game. You know what I mean?
When I started working with my dad, he'd pick me up at 4:30, depending on the day. We'd stop. He'd go to Dunkin' Donuts every morning, get a coffee, and by 4:45, 5 o'clock, we'd be on the route, and we would start washing at 5 a.m. usually, and we'd be done around 12, 1 o'clock, and we'd probably wash 60 accounts. Okay, outsides only for the most part, but you know, getting up that early sucked, but you didn't have parking problems, you didn't have customer issues, the only other people you saw were police officers and other window cleaners.
And I can tell you right now, there is nothing more peaceful than cleaning some glass when there ain't nobody out. There's nothing more peaceful than that. I love that more than anything. Getting out early in the morning. I cannot wait till I get up in the morning and all I have to put on is a t-shirt and a pair of shorts and go out and just cruise. It's all quiet and nice and warm outside.
No traffic. That's
no
the thing.
Traffic.
Yeah, I would go out at 4:30 in the morning and there's no traffic, and go home at 12, 1 o'clock. There's little or no traffic. So then when you get in traffic, you're like, holy shit, this sucks. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., everything is crazy to get anywhere.
I can tell you, the traffic is like in another couple of weeks is going to be absolutely. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous, man. Especially because the amusement park opens soon, which I got fucked over and I have to clean their windows again this year, so that's great.
It's got to be a good account, no?
No, man, I hate it. It takes my Saturdays away.
Oh, they make you do it on the weekend.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the only time I can do it. I just don't have the time any other way. It doesn't take my Saturday away. It just, when you got to get up first thing in the morning, clean windows, it's just like, no matter if it's just for 3 hours or not, it still sucks like shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like to do it on the weekends mainly because that's when the park is the fullest and they should look their best then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion. So,
Yeah.
you know, and they kind of agreed with that. You know, they're like, yeah, you're right. Because that's when the bulk of the people are there anyways, is on the weekend.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Those are the
Yeah.
busier. I mean, it's a nice account to have. It's not that I don't like having. It's a great account. You know what I mean? It's just, you
Yeah,
know, but
Saturday sucks, man.
yeah, but you got to do it. You know, I have to do it. I have to do the
I
shit.
work every Saturday in the season, so I hear you. It sucks. I mean, fortunately, I don't have to work in the winter like you do, but Saturday work and when the weather's nice and you'd rather be doing a million other things, it sucks.
I'm doing things a little bit differently this year, and I'm gonna see if I can't get just to where I was. Not this winter, but the winter before, the 2 winters before that, did 2 winters really well. Where all I had to do was get up and do 2 jobs a day, and I was cool. I didn't have to worry about anything. That's what I'm hoping to. I fucked up last year. I made a lot of bad decisions, had some bad luck, so I'm hoping this year will be better. At least I've got it laid out that way. I would like to not have to fucking kill myself this winter. So, be
It's
nice.
just the way to do it, man.
Yeah. Just have to make a few better decisions and, not be such a loser all the time. TJ, when you got the line of restaurants, did you get them all together or did it grow? It grew. It took a long fucking time. I the chain of restaurant, the franchise of restaurants I have right now, I've been coveting those for years. Years. That's an account when I used to work for the guy that used to own the company that I work for now. We used to sit around and figure out, man, how can we get those? You know what I mean? And when they changed hands, the people that took them over cleaned house. You know what I mean? They fucking looked at where the money was going out and they started watching the way the business ran. They let it go for 2 months. You know what I mean? And just let everything run like it normally did, and then they come in and swung the fucking axe. Just broof, broof, started remodeling restaurants, and she just called me. Actually, I got her address from a landscaper that he took over the landscaping for him, and he happened to be at the my cousin's business, the rental house. My cousin Mike owns, where I
Yep.
get my lifts and everything from. He happened to be in there renting something. And he was talking about it with him, and I'm like, did they get rid of all their contractors? He's like, yeah, they fired everybody. He's like, there was a lot of, like, we're doing your windows, but they really weren't. You know what I mean? There was
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
that. They were getting charged for 5 cleanings a month and only getting 2. You know what I mean? They were only doing the outs. It was bad, dude.
Yeah.
And same thing with the landscaping company, charging them for plants they weren't planting. It was, it was crazy. So I had an opportunity, and she was like, I need this done, and I need it done tomorrow. It's a construction clean. If you can't do it, I'll find somebody else that will. I said, I'll come right now and clean them. She's like, if you'll come right now, we'll talk about the rest of them. And I went there. I cleaned the windows. She was happy with what I did. And then she gave me the addresses of all the rest of them. She goes, give me an estimate. I gave her an estimate. She said, boom. And it's been
Yeah.
power washing, window cleaning. I've been doing inspection punch lists for them, like replacing drop ceilings and whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, to help them out. I'm doing it. Whatever. I like monies. Monies
I'll
is
tell
my
you what,
favorite.
I
It's easy for me to say that because I come from a construction background and I've done things
Oh
like
yeah.
that. I have experience with, fixing things and repairing drywall and hanging ceilings. I know how to do that kind of shit, so
I tell you, I don't. When I bought that business, there were 6 Burger Kings. 2 of them closed, and I quit the other 4
uh,
just because I couldn't get paid. It was a fight. It was one
oh
owner,
yeah.
and then I mean, over the years, I've done Taco Bell's, I've done McDonald's, I've done some Wendy's, I've done some Burger Kings. I've pretty much done every fast food, and I'm thinking right now, I only have one fast food restaurant, and it's a BurgerFi. I don't know if you have them out there. It's a burger
No.
place, and I only have one of them. It's funny because they started springing up everywhere, and then I was doing a little bit of sales when in a strip mall, I see this BurgerFi corporate office, right? And I'm like, look at that. And there's like 5 windows and a door, and it's filthy. So I just figure I'm gonna make a sale here. So I grab my bucket. I start washing the windows, right? The
Mm.
lady comes out and she goes, "Did we hire you?" And I go, "No." And she's like, "Well, then why are you cleaning my windows?" And I said, "Well, I do the Jupiter location." I said, "And I was in this mall doing some sales and noticed that your windows are filthy." I said, "It's just a courtesy." I said, I assume you're selling franchises out of here." She goes, "Yeah." I go, "Well, you want it to look good, don't you?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, thank you." And by the time I finished, she came out to me and gave me a list of like 7 other restaurants. She's like, "Why don't you take a look at these?" I knew that it worked that way, but in the end, we didn't agree on price because, I mean, they wanted
Right.
to pay, almost not. They wanted to pay like $100 a month for twice a month service, and I'm like, you don't have one restaurant that's less than 50 a cleaning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it's the place you need a fucking stick of dynamite, a scraper, and steel wool to get
Yeah.
the handprints off.
I'll cut.
Dude,
I do. I got a franchise of Wendy's that I do, and I cut them. I bust them off a break because sometimes they only do every other week inside and out. So they get hammered on the inside and out, but the outside, I mean, that takes me like 10 minutes. I'm like, whatever, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I don't
yeah.
mind that, but you're right. Once you get on the inside of them bitches, man, get out of here, dude.
Oh, scrub,
I don't want to hear.
scrub,
Yeah,
scrub.
I do. Hey, listen, I do a lot of restaurants. You guys see a lot of my videos. You guys see I do a lot of fucking restaurants. I mean, if you like, I could do every single one of them. So and then take it so you can see. I mean, I do a lot of fucking restaurants. Fingerprints are a bitch.
Yeah.
I hate them, dude. I hate them. Mark's got something cool. We can't talk about it, but he's got something cool. And I can't wait to see how that works on fingerprints. You got to let me know, or is it too aggressive?
Oh, no, I think it's gonna be. Well, I haven't
Is
got
it
it
gonna
yet.
be?
No, it's
Is it
yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna be.
titties? I
Dude,
hope
I've
it's
zoomed in.
titties.
I already zoomed in on the
Did
picture
you?
I got of
Yeah.
it. So, oh yeah, it's next level.
Titties! I can't wait
Yeah,
to get a hold of one myself because I'm like,
yeah.
dude. He's like, well, I got this thing. I'm like, come on, man. How come you got this thing and I ain't got this thing? I want this thing.
Yeah, well,
Just
what
send it.
happened to me was I had to rescue one of my Whole Foods. I told you the story too. My
Yes.
wife got a little aggressive on getting paid, and they actually fired me.
Yeah.
Okay, and you saw that job. It's a
Yeah.
big job,
That's an
and I have
enormous job.
yeah, and I have 3 of them, so I know if I lose that one, eventually I'm going to lose all 3. Well, I got it straightened out with the manager, so I was giving him a real thorough cleaning because I hadn't been there in over 10 days, so it was
Mm.
getting really filthy. And it has 3 levels of glass, and between the top level and the second has a chrome trim, you know, on the mullion.
Mm.
It's not. It's like a stainless trim, and if you don't wipe it every time, it just leaves streaks and smears, and if the rag's not perfectly clean, it just looks like crap, and that exposure's in the sun. So that's why I called up about that product, because I'm like, I need. You ever take a rag and put it on a pole and you can wipe the top of one window, but then it rolls, and then you're
Yeah.
just putting the
Yeah, but
tip of the
don't
pole
give it
always.
away. Don't give it
Yeah.
away.
No, I'm not giving it away.
All right.
But there, let's just put it
We'll
this way:
just give
there's
it away
something,
and see you later.
something coming out next level that I'm going to get to test. That is
Yeah.
the answer to that prayer.
Yep. Yep. And it's not what you guys think either,
Yep,
fuckers.
yep. And it doesn't. Yep. Yep.
Penis
Made
lickers. You can't know. Listen,
local,
listen, dude.
local,
He's
and it
fine.
doesn't come from Kansas City.
Listen, dude. I don't like your tone. You know what I'm gonna do, dude? You know what, Henry? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna make them out of wood. I'm tired of the fucking excuses, dude. I'm with you, Henry. I'm tired of the I'm just gonna make them out of wood because I know I can do it. I know I can do it out of wood real easy.
What's Henry want?
Dick wind chimes. I'm tired of
Oh,
it, dude. It's a
tubular
joke.
wind chimes.
It's a fucking it's a joke at this point.
Well, listen,
No,
we're taking the revenue. Listen, can I finish?
go ahead.
We're taking the revenue from all the stickers you're selling and T-shirts everyone's selling and
Yeah.
the rub and everything and putting it into the Dick Wind Chimes. This company is so far in the red, we're never going to see it.
Yeah. You're never gonna see the Dick wind chimes. We just cannot afford it.
I'll surprise you one day. You'll see.
I'll surprise you one day. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
on
some
the next
fucking,
podcast when there's a
dude.
marionette of dicks behind me. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear no bullshit.
when your wife says to you, I had to sign for this package and it weighs like 1,100 pounds and
Yeah.
each dick is at least 6 foot. It's like church bells.
Yeah.
Bong.
Bong. I honestly think that they would sell if we just got a
I
couple
do too.
prototypes out.
Yeah.
When are you gonna ever have you? You just can't figure it out, can you? You can't figure the program out, right?
I got the program to work. I don't know how to draw in the program,
Well,
and
this is the
and
problem. Why
I'm
did you make Seth pose for that fucking exact replica of his penis while he was down there if you're not going to
well,
use
no,
it?
we're using that for. I'm making a little hinge, and we're making that into a door knocker.
It's like a tuna can.
Yeah,
I
dunk,
mean,
dunk, dunk, dunk.
Gum
But
freeze. What do you mean?
so
Gum freeze window cleaning. Where's that Squeegee Life decal at? You have to enlighten me on what you mean.
yeah,
Gum freeze window cleaning. Do I owe you a decal? Where's that Squeegee Life decal at? I don't know. I don't know. You have to. It depends. I have a bunch going out this week, so you have to tell me who you are. Maybe it's coming to you if I know who you are. If I don't know what you're talking about. You have to enlighten me.
I've never seen that guy on
Yeah,
the podcast.
that feller's new. You's a new feller. But I
Either
do
that or
have
someone
Squeegee
on
Life
another
decals
account.
over there. It's just like the one over my head here. That right there.
Very
Squeegee
fair.
Life, son. I don't know who that is. I don't know who you be, son. We got
You know what?
Jason Lehman wants to give away that pole of his one of these days. No,
Yeah,
thought
we're
you
supposed to
might
do
be.
that tonight.
Oh
We
yeah,
didn't
no,
come
no,
up
no,
with.
no. I'm definitely selling them, man. I'm definitely selling them, man. They're only $3, man. $3, and I'll send them to you. I got red and blue, dark blue, black and white, man. $3 shipped right out the Dizzor, and you get a little Squeegee Life die cut decal too. Little sticker that comes with it. You actually get 2 stickers for the price of one. A lot of guys
Dude,
put them on their phone cases.
that Squeegee Life sticker turned my cart thing, my water system.
Mhm.
It turned it next level when I put that on there,
As soon
man.
as you
Because
put it
it
on
sticks
there,
up.
yeah,
Yeah, it sticks above the tailgate so everybody
uh,
can see it. It's
yeah,
badass, man.
yeah.
I'm liking that.
Yeah, all you got to do is PayPal me, cnwcohio@aol.com, man, and PayPal me $3, and I will give you one, sir. I will, here, I'll show you, man. I don't have a store, dude. I don't have a store. Tim owns squeegeelife.com, so I don't have a store to put stickers in right now. Let me type this in for this gentleman.
Type.
Right there, man. Just PayPal me $3. Tell me what color you want. I got black, white, red, and dark blue. Just tell me what color you want, and I'll send one out. Make sure you leave your address and tell me what color you want. Just blow up my PayPal with some kiss ash, son.
Yeah, I say
mean,
you
it's
buy
a whole-
all colors, man. Buy
Yeah,
3 of
it's a-
them. However many colors you got.
No. That was fast. Nope. CNWCOHIO@AOL.com. That's what it is. Yeah. And so I get people ask all the time, and then they don't ever hit me up about it. But I'm sorry I don't have a link. I'm just the dude. Listen, man. I'll be honest with you. I get an idea to do something, and like the T-shirts or something like that. We get an idea or a cause to get behind, and we just like the T-shirts, the Squeegee Life T-shirts. I mean, they're always available. You just gotta ask for them. I'm not trying to make no money. If you want one, I'll get you one. You know what I mean? They're made to order. I'm not like trying to make some bank off.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a lifestyle, man. That's all it is. It's not like I'm trying to make $1 million
You can't make
off
no
of it.
money making shirts.
You can't make no money off of fucking selling T-shirts, man. You just can't, dude. You might be able to get yourself a little arts and crafts stand at the flea market, and you might sell some T-shirts. But other than that, I mean, you're not gonna make a bunch of money off of it, man. But yeah,
No,
I mean, I
by the
just do
time
the
you ship
stickers
them
shit.
and
Yeah,
design them and
yeah,
everything, it's not worth the
yes, yeah.
aggravation. You know.
And a lot of the times, I mean, I'm selling T-shirts for $30. They got, guys are, I know some like Tim. Tim does T-shirts. They're only $20, but it's only printed on the front. It's hard for me to
Mhm.
do what I want to do, and make it cheap, because like or it be cheap. Like I put something on the sleeve. I got Squeegee Life on the chest, and then there's something on the back. You know what I mean? It's like a whole deal for me. You know what I mean? I like it to stand out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a flashy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
like people to look at me and shit. No, just kidding. I just like doing stuff on the. When's the simple? Keep it simple. Sure, I can do. If you want me to design one, Jason, I will. I'll put that simple that's up in the corner there on the chest, and then I'll put hashtag keep it simple on the back if you want. I'll sell some of those too with Squeegee Life on the fucking sleeve. You know what I mean? I'll hook it up proper light. What's your spin on a huge contract which starts in July? 21 nursing homes twice a year. Employer sub. I got 2 employees.
Ooh. Is it enough to hire a third?
Is it enough?
Is
Yeah,
it?
that
Yeah.
would
Is
be
it
my
pay enough to
question.
hire a third? And then if he eats up all your profits, you got him for other things. I mean,
Right.
that's kind of the thing with growth. If you pick up an
You just
account
gotta
that pays you
decide.
$3,000 a month, do you hire someone? Because he's going to cost you 2,500 before
What
you.
I would do is it's a perfect time to put 2 employees on. I mean, if you trust them, to put them on the 21 nursing homes and train the other guy. You know what I mean? To have them work with you. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't hire somebody and throw them on.
No,
21.
you can't put him on an important
Like, you
account.
can't
And
do that.
if you subcontract it out, you're not going to keep it very long because either they're
Yes.
going to take it
You're
away from you
yeah.
or they're going to do a shit job.
Yep. And that would be that would be my number one main concern is
Yeah.
the not so much them stealing it, but them doing a shitty fucking job. You know what I mean? The last thing you
Well,
want to do is ruin your
I,
reputation.
I
I
guess
would.
it depends on what's the time frame that he has to get the jobs done in. I guess that would matter too. If he has 2-3 months to get all that done, great. But if they want it done in 3 weeks,
Well,
that
It's
might
21 nursing homes twice a year. So in 6 months, you got to get 21 of them done, and then the cycle starts all over again.
Yeah.
So in 6 months, you got to divide that up. It's
assuming 2 days in nursing home is probably my guess.
yeah. The good thing is, yeah,
That's averaging. Yeah.
yeah. I had some assisted care facilities. I had a bunch of them at one time, and then management changes in those places.
Right.
At least they do here, and you're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Your history.
Yeah.
We're paying you to do what? These people
Right.
can't even see. You know.
Hey, Gumfroy, did you make sure to put your address and what you want in there too, buddy? I hope. I just got a notification, so I'm assuming that was you, but I don't. I just make sure you got your address and what you want in there, bud. Guy or gal, I don't know, but he's new, so I've never seen you before.
Nice.
So thanks for watching the show.
Well,
I'll
make
buy
sure
some
that you
tonight after I'm done
take a
with it.
picture of whatever you stick it on, and then let us see it.
Yeah. Make sure you take a picture. If you got an Instagram account or something like that, slap it on Facebook or something. Slap it up, man. Yeah, tell people where you got it at.
Well,
Yeah,
I got a
don't know.
question for Craig. I'd like to go more into this because it's information that everybody could use, including all of us. So if you got 21 of them to do every 6 months, right? That's what, 5 or 6 a month, right? Is that what that works to? Are you at capacity with your 2 employees? If you have time, boom,
I'll make
put
sure
them
I
in
sub
there.
up, buddy.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
stop
So what
talking,
I'm
just
saying
go.
is, Craig, if you're
100-room nursing homes, dude. Yeah. How many windows per room? I mean, what is it? 2 stories, 1 story? I mean, what do you? I mean, I would like to know that.
well, you
'Cause
got to
I
go
got
out
it.
and yeah. Are they all the same? Are they cookie cutter? Meaning, if
Yeah.
you've done one, you've done them all. Then you can really gear up,
Yeah.
figure out the ins and outs of doing them. Because I know this, all the nursing homes I did, they'll usually have courtyards that you got to get someone to let you in. They're electric locks
Yep.
because the people can't wander out of there. So I mean, there's always different issues with something like that.
Alzheimer's unit or something like
Yeah,
that.
I did Alzheimer's once. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's sad.
courtyards are super hard to get into.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you almost have to go through the place to get in them, and that's all part of it. So, if you can do, I would divide them up, do one or two a week, and run with it. If your two guys aren't completely busy. If you're doing residential, then it becomes a problem because you can't move houses, right? I mean, people schedule houses; they want it done then.
You can, but it's not going to bode well for you.
Yeah.
Right.
What's up, Richie?
What up, Richie Blue?
Oh, Richie's on here.
Yeah, Richie, that fucking Richie Blue. That fucking
Is
douchebag.
his self-esteem up? Is he
It's
feeling better about himself?
I think he's doing all right.
Good.
I think he's doing all right. It could always be worse.
Always could be.
It could always be worse. 100-room nursing homes, man. That's legit, buddy.
Yeah, you're talking minimum of probably, my guess is 200 to 300 windows just in the rooms, let
Uh,
alone courtyards, offices.
I've got one that
Look,
I do. I've got two that I do. One is standalone condominiums, and they're cookie cutters, and they're double hungs, exterior only. Most of them are still getting around, so they've dropped the screens on the ground, and I just go in there and hashtag killing it, son. And then there's another one where part of it's okay, but I gotta go inside every apartment. I have to deal with every customer. I gotta knock multiple times. You know what I mean? Some of them are like, I don't like you, boy, and I can't do their windows. You know what I mean? And then, I gotta talk to somebody, and then they'll talk to them, and then I can get in. So it's an ordeal. It
yeah,
takes me a week to do. And then there's
yeah,
another section of it where it's all locked down security because they're, Alzheimer patients, and they afraid they'll get out and get lost or something like that. You know what I mean? So you got to allow for that shit. But if you're just doing outs, it's just all 2, 3 story, all different types. Ooh, he's at capacity now,
well,
Mark.
I would say this. Yeah, I would say this, Craig. I would, depending on what kind of money you're going to turn on that job,
Yes.
I would hire 1 to 2 guys and keep them with you and put your 2 trained guys on the new work and have the guys that you're going to train wash your existing work, and then you can start to blend them in together. Because if you sub it, dude, that sounds like a great gig. I wouldn't sub it.
Have you ever bit back at a customer? I can tell you that I have. One time there was one person that just pushed me just too far. You know what I mean? He would call. He called 2 summers ago. He's like, I just moved out here. I bought a house, and I know it's in an affluent area. I'm not gonna. I'm shining it up for you because I don't want it to sound shitty, but he was kind of shitty, and he was like, I don't want you to think because I live here I got a bunch of money to be spending on a window cleaner, and I'm like, well,
Red flag.
red flag right away. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I was like, I tell you what, I'll come out, I'll look at it. What do you want done? He's like, I want the outside done on a regular basis. I'm like, all right, cool. So I hit him with a price, which was fair. And he tried to knock me down, of course, and I was pretty adamant. I was like, well, he's like, well, this other guy gave me an estimate for this much, and I'm not really sure whether or not he's going to come when I want him to be coming. And I'm like, listen, that's my price, and that's my price. And he's like, called me back like 3 days later. Will you come do the windows? So I go do the windows. He pays me what I asked for, and then everything's cool. You know what I mean? He was happy with the windows. I was happy with my pay and how the job. And he called me up like 2 or 3 weeks later, and it just happened to be the 4th of July, around 4th of July. And it's
Yeah.
super busy, and not only that, I would like to spend time with the family, because at that point in the summer, I've already killed myself. April, May, June, you know what I mean? It's July. I'm not trying to, I'm out making that cash, but I'd like to have that day off, you know what I mean? Which there are exceptions to. But if he would have called me and told me a couple of days, and I told him this when I took the job, I'm like, listen, man, as long as you give me a couple days notice, I'll be able to fit this house in as long as it's just the outside. I'm out in that area all the time. I can swing through, hit it. As long as the check's in the door, I'm cool. You know what I mean? But he decided that now I am his window cleaning bitch, and when he calls, I will come. And that's essentially the way he came at me. You know, like, listen, dude, you said that you would come. I'm like, no. What I said is if you gave me a little, like at least a 2 days notice. He's like, well, listen, I don't know what I'm going to be doing 2 days from now. I was like, well, unfortunately, I do. And
Yeah.
I'm busy. And he's like, well, listen, he goes, so you're not going to come and do it? I said, I can't. I have other obligations to other customers that have scheduled. They were present of mind to know, like, listen, I've got to schedule this guy because I want it done at this time. I'm going to give him some notice. I can't just drop everything I'm doing for this job. You know what I mean? He's like, so you mean to tell me you're that busy to where you can't squeeze this in? I'm like, yes, I'm not sitting at the house waiting for you to call me. I mean, I explained to you that if you gave me a couple days notice, I would get you in no matter what. You just gave me 24 hours notice. Like, I need you to come tomorrow, clean my windows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the schedule ended up freeing up, and I ended up calling him late in the afternoon on the second day. I was like, listen, I'll come. I can come, but it's, I'm going to be at this time. He's like, all right, great. So I bent to his will that time, but only because my schedule allowed it. Well, he called me in August, and he's like, hey, I need you to come over and do my windows. I'm having some friends over for a party tonight. He's like, it ain't happening. And this dude was the biggest asshole to me. It got to the point where he was like calling me out of my name over windows.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, dude, I will come over to your house right now. He's like, so you got time? You're gonna come clean the windows? I was like, no, I'm gonna come over to your house right now, so me and you can talk about this. And little does he know, I live like a quarter mile from this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm at home. The dinner's on the table. Me and Jennifer are out back enjoying some margaritas. You know what I mean? Having a nice steak dinner. You know what I'm saying? And this dude, I was so pissed off that I was going to go to his house. If he would have been like, come on over, I would have went over there, dude. I was so fucking mad at this guy. Yeah, man. It's like, dude, why do people feel like they can just talk this? When you get like a service industry person into your life, like, the guy that mows the lawn or the gardener or the window cleaner. Why do people feel like because they got a little bit of money, they can talk to you any kind of fucking way they want? What is with that? You know what I'm saying?
It's arrogance. It's narcissism.
I don't understand that.
I'm paying you, so you're going to do what I say. And you know what, dude? I've learned over the years, because I'm a little older and been doing this a little longer, that I've smiled at customers and said, you know what? We just don't work well together.
Right.
Dude, what can they ever say to that? Yeah, you just say, we don't work well together. Well, why would you say that? I said, because you're not happy. Either you don't want to pay me, you call me last minute. You know, you're just better off. I don't want you unhappy. I don't want to be unhappy. So just find someone else. And you usually will bend them into a decent customer because they know you're willing to walk away. Now, that guy sounds like an arrogant prick.
I have had some customers that I still, are customers to this day that are like, that were like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, you know what I mean? Come on. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, just like Gumfrey just said, it's a feeling of power. It's just like, dude, when I used to clean a bunch of Walgreens, okay? And me and my old man would pull up in a new truck. And I'll never forget it. The manager from the Walgreens comes out and he goes, look at this shit. And what? Look at this shit. This guy's driving a brand new truck and he's washing windows. He goes, I'm driving this beater and I'm a manager. And my dad looks at him and goes, take off the tie, grab a seat in the passenger side, and I'll teach you how to make a living where you can buy a new truck.
Right.
And he's looking at me and I'm like, dude, you chose to get some form of education and work 60 hours a week and you have keys to a Walgreens. We work our asses off. You know how many Walgreens we got to clean to pay for this fucking truck? Don't fucking shit on me.
Yeah, I do. We live comfortably. I do okay. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? I'm working my way up the food chain as far as that goes. But just for someone to be just that fucking arrogant because you got a little bit of cash, it's just like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah.
It drives you crazy.
Yeah, we both put our pant legs on one at a time. You know what I mean?
You just, I think Mark kind of alluded to it. You have two options. You can either try to reason with them, or you just move on from it, because it's really getting pissed off, like when you're hanging out, and it's just not, especially when you get established. Like, I feel like our businesses are in similar years, kind of similar spots.
Yeah.
And you just walk away. I mean, a lot of times I just tell people, like, I'm not the window cleaner for you. You might want that guy who is just starting out and will do anything for you. I can't operate like that. You know, I mean, if I have a customer like that, yeah, I can go do that job, but what if I send my guys there? You know what I mean? They're going to be a nightmare if I don't get them on the right page.
Yeah, well, I ain't heard from the guy ever again, so. And what I did was I took his, you know how in the iPhone you could block people's cell phone. I blocked his number. So even if he does call, I don't get it. I'm not trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? When you start threatening, like, I'm gonna tell people that you're mean. Well,
you're a bad man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and actually,
you're gonna have 10 friends that are never gonna use you for window cleaning. They don't know anybody, and they tell you that
this
you're
guy
gonna lose.
actually knows one of my customers that we've had for a very long time, and she's like, well, I heard you did so and so's house down the road. You guys had a very heated argument, and I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, he told me about it. We're friends with them. They come down and have dinner occasionally. And she's like, he was talking bad about you. And she's like, but I told him that we'd been using you guys since like 2006. And that we've never had a problem. And you know the code to our garage door. And you go in the house when we're out of town and clean our windows and everything's always so nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She goes,
because it's not like, last minute.
Yeah, she's like, I stuck up for you. Without having to stick up for you. She goes, I kind of shut it down. She goes, I know you better than that. She goes, and he's kind of abrasive at times. And I'm like, yeah, he was a little abrasive. I was like, you know me, I'm good to if you're good to me and you're understanding, I'm good to you. You know what I mean? You get what you get what you give with me. If you're a twat, I'll give you twat. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're a sweetheart, I'll be a sweetheart. That's just the way it works. You know what I mean? Cunts get fucked. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's it in a nutshell, dude. That's it in a nutshell. Fuck you, dude. Wow. You know what I mean?
Did you see this?
What?
The nursing homes start at 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Craig's estimating 3 days for 3 men per nursing home. That's 24 hours for 100 room. Dude, you got to pick that up. There's no way. I mean, again.
Yeah, you turn that down.
Yeah, you got to trim that way down, buddy. Yeah. That's a great contract, man. I wish I was there to give you a hand. I would hire someone, 1 or 2 guys, hopefully with some kind of experience, but you don't want to cut them loose on an account like that. You want to take the guys you trust, and you want to be there with them. Obviously, you're a working owner.
Right.
Go in there and, figure out the best way to get them done quickly, because that's next level to, that's
sure.
That's a good
once you figure that out too, though, I mean, he can probably cut that down to 2 guys, 3 days. I'm guaranteeing.
Dude, every building we ever do after the first cleaning, we've got the rhythm. We say we should have started here. We should have started there, even on high rise. Okay. And you have to work with the sun, out of the sun for the most part, if you can. We shave days off of jobs on buildings, so there's no way you got to be able to trim that down.
He can shave that off.
Yeah.
I mean, how I would do it if someone were to ask me, I would probably take my second best guy and me would go do 2 or 3 of those to get a rhythm to it. And if I were to bring a new hire on, I'd take my best guy, have him work with him for a week or 2, and figure out, like, hey, is this guy worth it? You know what I mean? Your guys can tell real quick if this guy sucks or if they don't. And if he's good, 2 weeks with him, and then you get the rhythm on it. Just, on a new account like that, I would want to be hands-on on it, just so I know exactly what it's going to take.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this. Mark says that all the time. You know what I mean? He goes, I'll know. My guys will tell me instantly if this guy's going to work out or not. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Within a day. Within a day. If he's on his phone playing games or receiving tweets or whatever, he's done. He's fucking out of there. Yeah, goodbye.
Meanwhile, Mark's over in the corner sending fart fucking messages.
Yeah,
to me.
That's true. I can't deny that, but I've earned that, right? I mean,
After all
this
time,
I'm
with you. No, you're good. You're good. I'm only busting your balls.
I've earned the right to shit myself.
You can do farts.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's that account is, man, that would be really really hard for me to walk away from. Really hard
Yeah.
for me to walk away from.
I would do whatever I could to get that.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what. When
You know what I mean?
told
I
you
would. I mean, if you're filling,
Fuck yeah, dude.
geez, you're probably filling 4 months of your schedule a year based
Yeah.
off of guys.
Just
I mean,
that.
how do
Yeah,
you,
boom.
you say no to that?
I mean, you're just crushing it with that kind of an account, man.
Hashtag killing it.
Hashtag killing it.
Yeah.
Hashtag duplex.
Yeah, dude. I mean, whoo, man, that would be really hard for me to turn down. I gotta be honest. You know what I mean? I love those big accounts, man. I just did this one account. Um, it's kind of a scene. Well, I'll say it. It's a veterans home. I just did that by myself. Yeah, and normally I have something, but I didn't have anybody this year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm holding out for Elena, so I'm just like, screw it, I'm gonna do this thing by myself, and it was killer. But man, those big ass accounts, those giant checks, it's hard to walk away from those fuckers. You know what I mean? Hey, we need this done. Sure, I'll do
Dude,
it. I'll do it.
I'll tell you. I mentioned this before back in the day. with my
Simple,
old man.
baby. No fatigue. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
We did 121 Blockbuster video stores in 3 counties. Okay. In Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. So the span was about 110 miles between the farthest north and the farthest south. And my old man came to me and said, we got 121 Blockbusters to do. Monthly windows in and out. Every other month the sidewalks, and quarterly the awnings. And he goes, is this something you want to attempt? And I'm like, I need a trailer, because we can no longer drive around hooking up garden hoses.
Right.
So we fill up at one for the next one. I said, I need a trailer. I need at least a 200-gallon tank. I want 6-8 gallons a minute, a surface washer. And he bought all the shit. The count was over $8,000 a month, every month. Okay. I hired a guy to work Saturdays with me. So I figured Saturday I could do 10 locations. You start out at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we do them a district at a time, which was 10 stores they were broken into. So you'd start at a north one, let's say, work south, get 10 of them done, and around 10, 11 o'clock you're finishing with the pressure cleaning or just the windows. Then you double back, do the inside, get the signature. And we pulled it off the first month. Dude, by the third month, I was done. I'm like, you at that point are living, eating, and sleeping. Plus you had your regular route, plus you had other ones to get done, because if you do 10 on 4 Saturdays, okay, that's only 40 stores. You still only had 1/3 of them done. And I said to my dad, we need to hire someone that's going to do nothing but Blockbusters. Put 2 guys in a truck, and that's all they do. They don't do anything else. And he's like, then he starts doing the math. And if you do the math, and you're paying someone, they're costing you $500 or $600 a week each one, and a truck and a trailer and a machine, or them using our what we already have. You don't. And the first time something, you're not making no money.
You're not making any money. Nope.
Nope.
So you got to figure that. I mean, you got to figure that out. It's tough. Yoino Uhu, which needs to change his his YouTube name, because that shit's annoying as fuck. He said, Mark, can you explain the difference between regen resin and virgin resin? What's the difference?
Well, I'm not that educated in it, but I lease my tanks, a set of DI tanks from my local water guy, and he has a regeneration machine. And what they do is they take your spent resin, they run it through different I think it's acids or peroxides, and refresh the resin, okay, and then send it back out. You can always tell if it's regen resin. When you first start it smells like fish water, okay?
Yeah.
And I think regen resin doesn't last quite as long as virgin resin, but I get a twin set of tanks. I mean, and they're 4-foot tanks, each one, anion and a Katon, for $90, both of them done, and they'll do about 1,000 gallons of water in my area. I'm not a virgin resin guy, just because I don't want to store that stuff and change it out. It makes a mess, Dude, I got a funny story. I've already said it, but I'm going to say it anyway. It just reminded me. I had a kid working for me, right? And we were DIing the back patio on this really high-end mansion home it was almost done with construction. So we were doing a final cleaning, so we didn't need blades or anything or steel wool. It was just get the dirt off it. So, dude, we're by this gorgeous swimming pool with a rock waterfall and all these marble slabs for walking stones and everything. And the kid Paul that worked for me, he wasn't the brightest. I had a set of twin tanks, and they had, you know what banjo clamps are? You slide them on, and then you lock the cams.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I go. What we used to do was when we were about done, we those tanks will, even if you turn the hose outlet off, will still push another 5 gallons out because the tanks are pressured, right? And so I go, all right, I'm gonna go disconnect the hose and everything. And we used to lay the tanks down just to drain them because we could hardly lift them, because they're two big tanks on a hand truck. So
Right.
I'm going around to turn the water off, and Paul wasn't paying attention that I hadn't yet turned the water off, and he pulls the collars on the banjo clamps, dude. And just as I turn around, because I heard something go off, dude, I look, and there is like this crimson mist of resin. It shot 30 feet in the air. Dude, it covered all these Guatemalan landscapers, okay? And, dude, if you've ever stepped on resin on a concrete floor or marble, it's like ice because they're little round balls,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, you can't sweep it because it just
It's
rolls,
so fine.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm trying not to laugh. These guys are eating their lunch. They're covered in water and resin, and he's just standing there staring at it. Dude, it unloaded 50% of the resin in that tank.
yeah. At least you had a good sense of humor about
Oh,
it.
dude. Yeah, they were
Barry
not
Bark
happy.
wants to know if you dropped those blockbusters by phone.
No, you know what happened with the blockbusters? Blockbuster started to cut back when they started tanking, so they took and they started going window cleaning every other month and pressure cleaning quarterly. So at that point, it's not worth it. So
Right.
understand, when you're dealing with 121 stores, that's over 200 managers because you have the manager and the assistant manager. So we used to argue when we'd walk in there to get the signature for the window cleaning. They'd be like, I don't even understand why they're doing this only once a month. The place is filthy 10 minutes after you leave here. And I'm like, well, that's not up to me. That's your corporate. Tell your corporate you want more, and maybe we could come more times. They want to keep this streamlined, but it's better than nothing.
Right.
Okay. Well, then when it went to every other month, dude, it was like you're basically a firing squad walking in there.
Yeah.
So when I went, this account went right up until I started my business. I literally, all within 1 month, got married, bought my house, and within the next 4 weeks started my own company. So my life was upside down. I didn't have kids at the time.
Of course. Right.
But dude, we were eating ramen noodles and my TV sat on a cinder block. That's what we had. So after arguing with Blockbuster, when I left my father and bought a small piece of work from him, I took all the North Blockbusters. So I had about 65 of them. They called us in because they wanted to now go quarterly. I sat in this meeting and I looked at them and I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. I said, what? You're walking away? Yeah, I'm walking away. I said, I'll give you 30 days notice to find someone else. I cover 60. Dad here, he'll still cover his 60 with his helper, but I'm done. My father looked at me and he's like, you just made a big mistake, son. And I said, no, I didn't. And I made it a point to go out and replace that revenue because now I had the time. I
Right.
didn't have enough work without the Blockbusters to support myself and my wife and my house, but she had a good job. Okay,
Right.
so we made it work. We struggle with it. And my point is, my first goal was I took my route work that I could have done in 2 days a week and spread it out over 5. So I went out every single day. And instead of going out 4 a.m., I'd go out at 9 a.m. So people would see me. I was visible. I picked
Right.
up a lot of work like that.
Right.
Within 6 months, I replaced the Blockbuster revenue with mom and pop stores that I couldn't give a shit if they canceled because I go get another one.
Right.
And that is kind of what brought me to where I am 15, 18, 20 years later.
I think that's where America went wrong, is when all the video stores closed, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Well,
I mean, now you don't even leave your house anymore. You just fucking push a button to rent a movie. It's terrible.
dude, I
What
just saw
happened
on the
to
news,
world?
there was one Blockbuster video in Oregon that finally closed its doors.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a video store here, but they're only open on certain days of the week. I don't even know how. They must own the plaza or some shit. I don't even know how they're fucking
Yeah.
in business. Honest to
Yeah.
God, I don't. I have no idea how they're still, but it's a huge ass video store.
Yeah, I don't know how they make it. I
I
mean, I
don't
guess
know
there's people
either.
that are old school and just want to
Yeah,
rent videos. I don't know.
yeah. Blockbuster was cool, man. I liked Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So
Every Friday night till I was about, I don't know,
until they
seven.
started trying to bust your ass with late fees and shit, it's like relax, bro.
Oh, those late fees, dude. I
Yeah.
used to fight with my wife all the time. Like, I drop it in the night drop. Here, can you take this back? I drop it in the night drop. Hey, can you go pick up this movie? I walk in there, $12.95 in late fees because that movie was a week. I'm like, 12 fucking 95. Like, what is it? A year? You haven't turned this fucking thing in a year?
You know, turn
Yeah.
off and watching
Right.
Steven Seagal movies on the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven Seagal movies are the shit, man. I love it when he busts some fake arms in half, dude.
Yeah.
It sounds like teak snapping in half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got them fucking pants on that he like buttons up here. He gets his wallet like this. He just let me
Yeah.
grab my wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. What's your favorite Steven Seagal movie, Seth?
Blood Bank.
What?
Blood Bank. Do you remember that one? It's
No.
where
No, that was
He-
Katie Seagal. That was Sperm Bank.
no, it's where
What a
he
douche.
finds out like a senator's corrupt, and they go and kill his family, and they shoot him, and then he's in a coma for 10 years, and they literally wheel him down the street like in a stretcher, trying to get
What?
away from the senator.
That's not the.
Do you
That's not the
know that
name
one?
of that. That movie's not Blood. The name of that movie's not
Yeah,
Blood
it's called
Bank.
Blood
dude.
Bank. Yep.
No,
Yes,
it
is.
isn't, dude. It's called Hard to Kill, motherfucker.
Are you sure?
Yes, dude. Blood Bank.
All right.
What
Well,
the
then,
fuck are you?
well, doesn't he say
Blood
he's going to
Bank.
send him to the blood bank? Something
No.
happened. Says blood bank in it.
Dude, you live under power lines?
Yeah.
I do.
That's
kind of.
hard to
I mean,
kill,
oh,
dude.
Is that hard to
Hey,
kill?
I want you to Google right now, fucking show me a fucking Steven Seagal movie named Blood Bank, and I'll send you $100.
All right. I'm doing it right
Blood
now.
Bank. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Blood Bank.
You must be
Look,
confused.
who names their karate movie fucking Blood Bank?
Let's see.
See, this was worth the price of admission right here.
Hashtag Blood Bank.
Yeah.
It's not on there, Seth.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't exist. It's called Hard to Kill. As soon as you said they're wheeling him down the street.
Oh, he says he's going to send him to the blood bank. That's
Oh.
what he says.
How do you know that?
Because a bunch of YouTube clips popped up.
Listen, I'm gonna fucking listen, dude. I'm watching that movie right. As soon as I get off of here, I'm watching Hard to Kill, and I'm waiting. Watching. But what's the name of the movie though?
It's called Hard to Kill.
This motherfucker said.
He says he's going to take him to the blood bank.
Oh man, that's
I love
so
it.
good. What's the name of that? For your favorite Steven Seagal movie, Blood Bank.
It should be called that because I would be a fan.
If I was to start, a,
What the fuck is that?
listen, if I was to start a rock and roll band, the name of it would be Blood Fart.
Yeah. This funny words when put together are
Yeah.
are like something you never want to hear, like
Yeah. Blood fart.
bloody stool or something.
Yeah. Teabag.
Yeah. Dude, one day
There's a band called Teabag.
for my older boy, when he turned like 12, I bought him a drum set, right? And then my younger
Listen,
one.
wait. If I come out with I'm thinking about coming out with a bag, a window cleaner's bag. If I called it a tea bag, would you guys fucking buy it?
Dude, that's brilliant. Yeah.
A tea bag? I mean, look at that's endless marketing possibilities. I'll just call it the tea bag. It'll be the best bag in the world, dude.
Yep.
You're gonna be able to put everything in it. Your fucking your water jug. You fucking,
Yeah.
have a kickstand on it. It's gonna be great.
Kickstand.
awesome.
Everything. We discussed this. More things.
Everything needs a kickstand, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Everything needs a kickstand. Why limit it to buckets on a belt? You could
I
put a
know.
kickstand on your water-fed pole machine. You could put a kickstand on your water-fed pole. You could put a kickstand on your squeegee.
Yep.
Tea bag needs a kickstand. Yep. Yep. I mean, the tea bag needs a kickstand, dude.
Yeah, you know,
Everything
I
needs a
haven't seen
kickstand,
such
dude.
brilliance in a long time.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of liked his last video where he like put like 950 feet of fucking pole together because he watches our podcast. This is how you put together a water fed pole by reaching.
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
it's got this big fucking belly on it.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah,
bow if I ever
yeah,
saw it.
yeah. That's the
That
problem
pole
with.
needs a kickstand.
Yeah, that pole definitely it needs a kickstand. It needs a fucking set of training wheels in the middle. So
Yeah.
when you go to push up and it get ready to belly out on the glass, it'll hit the fucking wheels and
No,
then
you
it'll
just need to put
roll
a
up.
second brush on it, so when it bows in, you're cleaning two windows, 5 stories apart.
Don't say that because he's gonna do it, dude. Second wash. There's money in glass if you clean it fast. You ain't
Yeah,
cleaning
no
shit
shit,
fast
Dick
when you
Tracy.
gotta.
What's your next clue? I've been making a living washing with. I don't need you telling me that.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, guess what, guys? There's money in glass if you clean it fast. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought the
yeah,
slower you went, the more money you made. Fucking
yeah.
yum yum. Fucking yum yum sauce ass dude. God, he's fucking ignorant. I like the fact that he's got a model doing all his videos and shit now. I dig that.
I saw a picture of Phil Alexander holding up a flow. Was that real?
I think that is real. I think that
Real
is
fucking
real.
funny.
I think there's a possibility. Hey guys,
Yeah.
if you want to listen, wait. If you want a 20-foot fucking high mod fucking Simpole, you can get them bitches for $300 from WCR right now. 300s. Is anyone even buying his 259 cubic foot of resin because that price is outrageous? $259 per cubic foot of resin. I will not buy a fucking thing from that dude. Nothing. Nothing.
Well,
That's why when
first of
Sean
all,
Gavin came out
it's
with that scrubber pad with the rinse bar, I was like,
yeah,
"Thank you, Lord Jesus." I will never.
yeah.
Everything I got now, I'm fucking dude. I'm seriously considering lighting that shit on fire for 4th of July. My carbon fiber sections, my fucking the pole itself, I can't do that too because my grandma bought it for me. That's its only saving grace. But those plus sections, man, I'm really contemplating lighting them
You know
on
what I need to
fire.
do? I need to take the one that I have with the shock stop,
Mm.
and extend that fucker out and lay it into a fucking high tension line just to see what the fuck happens. Just let it drop onto the tension line.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, it's 300 off for some. Are you sure? I don't think it's. No,
I
it's
think it said
300.
three.
No, Jason, I think you're wrong. I think they're $300 Simpoles, is what I think. I mean, I could look again, but I could have swore that's what it said, but maybe I'm not.
It looked like it said $300 for the pull.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I read.
yeah.
I mean, that's-
I know. I know. Jason Lehman is now the official ambassador to Simpole, but I thought that's what it said. Maybe I'm wrong. Shoe mug. Shoe mug.
Where is old
Huh?
Phil? Where's Phil? He's usually hawking
I
something.
don't know where Phil's at. That is a little
Where you
weird
at,
that
Phil?
Philip's not on. Philip's usually on here selling his wares. Yeah, I'm looking right now, dude. Oh, is it $300 off? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Philip, he just posted a picture of the end caps. Real nice end cap, should fit section 6. Well, I can tell you this. That's one thing he needs to sort out is those end caps because mine fucking fall out constantly. Constantly. So I'm thinking about gluing those in.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Little silicone, little of that
Yeah,
polyurethane you're
it's
caulking with. Nice.
fucking a pain in the arsehole. All
But
right,
they
well,
all
if
fall out.
it's
Dude, I have end defenders. I had an end defender that I used to. I couldn't get it out of
Yeah.
the pole because it was cocked in there sideways.
uh,
You ever seen that happen? Yeah, this shit don't stay.
yeah, I don't know. Either way, $300 off is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
Especially if
that.
you're in the market for a pole. Save
Yeah,
$300. Why not?
yeah, yeah. I think so. Phil is starting a new Facebook page. Oh, is he really? What's
Oh
it going to be
no.
called?
Oh, there goes the fucking internet.
Yeah, there goes the internet.
It's called Over the Top.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a member of that group. I don't think. I think I'm gonna kind of. I think I'm gonna skip that group.
Dude, have you ever sat down with your phone or whatever and looked how many groups you're actually in? I sat there watching TV one night and took myself out of about 15 groups, most of them window cleaning related that I never go on. I never post. People just add you to them. And I'm like, it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, there's a bunch of groups.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, either way, it's if it's $300 or $300 off, um, whatever. I
How
think a
about
20. I think a
take
20-foot
300 bucks
water
off the
fed.
treadmill?
Yeah, I think fucking. I think $300 or 20 foot for a water fed pole is too short. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
At
a
that point,
water
it's
fed pole. I think a water fed pole should be at least 30 foot in length. That's just my personal opinion. At least 20 is a little short. At least that's what I've kind of seen from because I had the high mod 6 and it was just too short for
well, yeah,
me.
you got to take into account. You got to stand back off the building.
Yeah,
You don't want to be.
yeah.
Yeah, can
So
you
You know,
even
it's
reach 2 stories with the 20?
um
if you're 8 foot
kind
tall.
yeah. If I mean I'm over. I was over my head cleaning, which it's light enough you really don't have to worry about it. But if you got to scrub, you're fucked. You know, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the extra 2 sections I got really made the difference. But there's 6 foot sections, and that motherfucker, I'm telling you, man, it's a good pole,
What
man.
about
Simpole's a
eventually?
good pole, man. I've got some Kevlar sections that should be here tomorrow. So I got Kevlar sections for the bottom instead of going high mod. I'm just Kevlar sections for the bottom. You know, light, super light, super durable. But Philip definitely needs to step up on the end cap game. I don't like the end caps. They just keep falling out. They get stuck into the last section. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because there's just
Yeah.
a little bit of a lip there, and when you pull them out, it kind of every once in a while they'll catch the clamp. Because the difference between Phil's poles, each section pulls apart. It's not like dedicated like the first 3 sections separate, and then the next 3 sections separate, and then you've got like a top section that separates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's each section, so which is cool. I actually like that, but you need end caps in each section. And
Yeah.
when the end caps that he's got on the 6 now, you have to pull that off to get it into the next section, and then it kind of makes that cap kind of useless. Or, I mean, you can get it on and off, but it's a pain in the asshole. So it would be
Yeah.
nice if they were just integrated. I know he doesn't like the steel. He thinks they wear the inside out, but I think you're wrong about that. Um, I would just go with something that's solid as a rock and is fastened to the inside of the pole, like glued or
Yeah.
whatever. That would
Bonded
be
in
what
there
I would do.
somehow.
Just my personal opinion. But outside of the end caps, the clamps are dope. The fucking material's dope. The fucking the finish is dope. I had 7 sections out over an awning just to show the bow and the flex in the pole. Wait till you see that video. Damn, boy. I
Nice.
also set out all 8 sections at full length with my 18-inch Tucker brush with the aluminum rinse bar and my GoPro on the end, charged with water while water was running through it. Laid it down on the ground and picked it up. You know what I mean? Straight up off the ground so you could kind of see the flex in the pole. You know, because Perry did that too, and I like to do things that Perry does just to fucking mock him. You know what I mean? You know
Don't
what I
tell
mean?
me you're
So,
gonna go shit yourself, are you?
no poopy pants for me. No poopy pants for me. But yeah, but I got Kevlar sections for the bottom. So once I think I'll have 50 feet, I'll even do the 50-foot lift with it too, with a pole. I think I'm gonna try more rigid than the Unger End Light. Yeah, man, I'm gonna put it up against any pole out on the market right now as far as rigidity. Even the OV8. I whatever. I got you. I'm all day, baby. I'm all day sim pole. I'm that impressed with it. It's a very good pole, and believe it or not, the telescoping poles. That's all Philip. That's Philip's idea. So each section going into each other like that. That's Philip's shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he's obsessed with tall poles. He wants to be able to clean 17 stories in the air with a water fed pole. That's what I mean, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous. He's got a 72-foot fucking version of his pole. You know what I mean? So he's
Yeah.
yeah. Philip's in there like swimwear when it comes.
That's
But
a
I'm
that
telling
that
you,
would be a 6-story pole with standing off, and
yeah.
I don't care who you are, you ain't
Yeah,
cleaning it.
I'm just
It's
not
just
with
not.
it. I'm just not with it.
Yeah.
I think
No.
the maximum water fed pole is fucking. Listen, man, Jennifer, stop saying is Jennifer gonna let you go on the fucking trip. You're starting to fucking annoy the shit out of me. All right, stop saying that. Jennifer is not a fucking warden. She's not a fucking douchebag ball breaker. Okay, so stop saying that shit. But anyways, um, the I've never used an Unger End light, so I don't know. But I could tell you this: the fucking it is a rigid ass pole. It's very rigid. I'm actually surprised, and I'm not saying it's just because it's the simple. I mean, simple is great. It's put together awesome. I like it because Philip's a window cleaner, and he's put a lot of thought and his time and effort into it. So that's why I'm kind of like behind it. You know what I mean? Plus, everybody busts the guy's balls, but he's got a really nice bowl. You know what I mean? So it's more the high mod. The high mod is so much different than just regular carbon fiber. And I know Mark's got a competing brand of high mod carbon fiber, and he'll tell you the difference is
Yeah.
night and day.
It's a
man.
big difference.
It's a
It is.
huge difference, man. It's unbelievable the difference. Unbelievable.
I honestly just wish I was in the market to buy a pole, because
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I'm just not in the
They're
market. I mean, I'm
such good poles. But if you're in the market and you're looking to upgrade to a high mod pole, an ultra high mod pole, like especially if you're an owner operator, man, you can't beat that. You just can't beat it. It's
it'll last
light.
you a
It's
lifetime.
rigid, and it'll last you forever because you'll be taking care of it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That Jason owns a fucking Kevlar pole. His got the. I mean as hard as Jason is on a pole. I mean, you're not gonna find somebody harder on a pole than Jason.
No,
And
I've
he
never seen
can't-
anybody
he-
do
yeah.
what he does with them.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody work with a water fed pole. Jason cleans gutters with his water fed pole. I mean, the
He told
inside
me-
of them bitches.
He
So-
told me when we met, he said, I'm hard on my equipment.
Yeah.
He says, I clean everything with that water-fed pole. He said gutters, roofs. He does
Right,
everything
does
with it.
everything
Then
with
I
it.
see him in a video, and I'm like,
Holy
oh, my
shit.
God.
And
Yeah.
he can't fucking say nothing. He can't say nothing but good things about the pole. So
Yeah.
and I'm telling you too. I don't have a full Kevlar pole like Jason does, but Jason says nothing but good things about it. I'm with you on the, 2-3 story. I'd say 3-story, 4-story, because I do 4 stories every year with a water fed pole, and it turns out great. You just gotta make sure you got a good brush, and you gotta fucking not, you gotta do a good job. You gotta make sure you're scrubbing and rinsing good. You gotta take a little extra time above 3 stories. That's my personal opinion. So.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't do 6 and 7 stories. I see a lot of people doing fucking high shit with water fed poles, but I just don't know how clean to my standards that is. You know what I mean? You might be knocking the dust off, but you ain't getting no fucking no goobers off at that height.
Yeah.
You know,
what I mean?
how you even clean 5 stories with it. Like, it just
Yeah.
can't get enough pressure on the glass.
Yeah.
You know how many times I have said to myself, we can't get the lift in there. We can't get a rope on there. Let's put this pole together and let's clean that 5 stories. And within 10 seconds of stretching that bitch out, I'm like, this is not a good idea. Right away. I'm like, because that's where I always say, touching it is one thing, cleaning it is another. And I don't care who you are. If you got one with frames that drip.
Yeah. Jason said that WCR is selling the Sim Shorty for $575. That's $300 off. That's pretty I mean, and that's a high mod pole. That's a nice pole, and you can add to
That's
that.
the one you started with, right?
Huh?
That's the one you started out with, the Slim Shorty.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what I started out with. Philip Alexander's trying to call the podcast right now.
Bring him in.
No!
Hello, no!
No!
First cup of Tide equals thin.
Shampoo. I just don't know if Philip's gonna come on here and fucking behave. You know how Philip is, man. He's always starting shit.
Well,
Philip,
I'm
I
always
gotta
pulling
know
up
if you're gonna
pulls.
behave or not, Philip, before I let you on here, because you just will not behave. 20 foot. So it's a 20-foot pole, $575, and you can add sections 7 and 8 to it, which are like, I think they're 6-foot sections. You can go and buy Kevlar sections and eventually buy the Excalibur later on if you want. That's the good thing about Phillips poles is his Kevlar sections and his high mod sections. Everything is interchangeable. So if you want to buy, like, man, I'd like to have a Kevlar pole, you could buy the Kevlar sections, you know what I mean, and add to your Sim Shorty, or you know what I mean, vice versa. Either way, but it's
What's the section go for?
I'm not sure. I don't get into. Philip is really hard to talk to. Like you ask him a question and you will not get an answer. I've asked him like 20 times. I'm like, yo, bro. Yeah, that's my plan, Jason. Philip's got he's got some Kevlar coming in, and I'd probably like to have him on next week after he's gotten it, and and everything, so you guys can see it, and that's my plan. But it's really hard. Like some guy asked me how much does the pole weigh, and I asked Phil, and he sent me 3 videos. None of them by the way did he tell me how much the fucking pole weighs. So I watched
MSI
3
14K
yes.
MSI with
Well, he was
153
so
wall on the second section.
4 pounds.
On the first section, we have 826 MSI.
What he needs to exactly. This is what Philip needs to do. Philip needs to take simpole.com, put just the poles on there with actual length and weight and prices, and be done with it. And he will maybe start selling poles since he's like everyone's out to get him. You know what I mean? Just come on, bro. Cause it's such a good fucking pole, man. It is a really good pole. It's not
There's
not
gotta
low
be somebody
quality.
in this
It's
group that can take over his marketing for him. So
I
he
try.
doesn't-
Hey, listen, I'm trying to help him, but he don't listen. I told him to be, just like you, to cool out, but he cannot help himself.
He's getting zero chill.
He just
Zero.
the chill factor on
Zero
Philip
chill.
is 0, bro. 0.
Shut up, fuckers.
yeah, he's watching like you. Yeah, you guys are meanie faces, and Philip doesn't cuss.
I'll never hammer a pole again.
Shorty is 5 pounds, and I think each
Mark's
2
still-
sections. Listen, Seth. Shorty is 5 pounds, and each 2 sections after that are 2.5 pounds.
Wow.
It's too heavy. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's good. All right.
Start selling them on Amazon. What Philip needs to do is take water-fed pole trade-ins. He needs to take get rid of eliminate fucking reach-its. What you do is this. Philip take a trade-in. He'll give you so much money off a sim pole if you trade in your whatever pole. Like trade in your old water-fed pole, and then Philip can recondition them, throw his clamps on them, and then fucking sell them on Amazon.
Yeah. Put his clamps on them, clean them up, refurbish them, and sell them.
And then
Get
everyone
money.
will have a sim
I'd
pole
be
in their
interested
hand.
in that. Yeah.
Everyone will have a sim pole in their hand, and then he could sell the other ones for like fucking dirt cheap, and then fuck the market up for the other guy.
His website. When you told me to go to his website, even his website is complicated.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking
I'm like to ask Jeeves right now. Like, what the hell is happening?
Like I
My
need to,
butler.
I need to map quest this guy's fucking website.
It's like, oh, you went to the wrong place. Go to this place. I'm like,
Yeah.
Excuse me? What the hell?
Yeah.
And then you go in and there's no pricing. It's just,
Right.
it's so
rough.
confusing.
It's rough.
My web address has multiple backslashes in it.
I've been trying to tell him for the
AOL
last month
dot
now. I was like, you
slash-
need to hire someone to fucking strip everything off the fucking simpole.com website, put it back up with just the poles. No brushes, no hose, no fucking what do you want to call it? Ledgers that you bought at the last fucking IWCA. Just the poles. That's all you need is the poles and the tip. That's all you need.
Yeah, and
Lengths
replacement parts for those poles. That's
and
it.
replacement parts for those poles. And Fernando said those clamps are great.
Tip.
Do you like the clamps, Mark?
I haven't even put them on, honestly. But I had them in my
what
hands.
a hoe
Yeah,
ass
yeah, yeah.
bitch!
I am only going to replace my clamps when I need to. But yes,
What a
I had
bitch.
them in my hands.
So-
They're good. I like them.
He sells bolt-on ones.
What?
Huh?
Are they bolt-on clamps?
Yes.
They're strap on.
Mark Darnell's in the hizzy for shizzy. What's up, Mark
Ooh,
Darnell?
what's
We
up,
love you, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, they're strap-on clamps, dude.
Okay.
Strap-ons. You gotta strap them on. They are lifelike and veiny too.
Yes. Ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, but dude, I tell you, man, it's a good poll. It just unfortunately Philip is really, he's all over the place, man. I wish. Yes, Mark Darnell is fucking real. He is a real thing. That dude is the best thing ever. But
My favorite person.
Mark Darnell is, he's my favorite internet personality. There's no one better than Mark Darnell.
I want where you standing in the bush.
Did you see that? No, did you see that?
A deer.
Yeah.
Turn that off.
Yeah. Dude, did you
So-
see that picture he posted the day we have our own transportation with his window cleaning? Dude is out of control. SCO fucking window cleaning. We have our own transportation, man. TJ, what's your go-to water-fed pole brush? My go-to water-fed pole brush now is the fucking Alpha brush, man. It's fucking gangster, dude. Window cleaners unite. Who is this now?
Me too.
Listen, Philip. All right, god damn it.
Is Philip on here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking let him come on, man. I'm gonna just fucking, because he won't leave me the fuck alone.
Filippo.
Hey, you guys.
What's
What's up,
up,
Phil?
Philip?
What you doing?
Oh,
Well, we wanted to have you
I'm
on
out-
after you got your Kevlar pole on.
I'm out preaching. Be careful in your language. That's why I wasn't on.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're out what? You're out preaching the gospel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
we
Well,
got
then
the
we'll
memorial.
tighten.
It's okay. Ask me.
Okay, we'll tighten it up a little bit then for you.
Hey, Phil, sorry for not answering the door. I was on the podcast.
Hey, I'm all dressed up.
Oh, he's
Oh,
all
look at
dressed
you.
up. Oh, look at you, all fancy schmancy.
oh, there he is.
Handing out, putting these tracks in the apartment complexes for our
Oh, okay.
memorial. Friday night, we pass the bread and wine one time a year. It's the Last Supper. We celebrate it one time a year. About
Right.
20 million all over the world. Okay,
Right.
Cool.
enough preaching. Ask the question.
What question are we supposed to be asking you?
The pole is 3 pounds.
The pole is 3 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, the Sim 22 is about 3 pounds without
Okay.
a brush or a hose.
Okay.
The new Kevlar pole is 4.7 times 8. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than the shorty. It's about 4 pounds, but as you know, it's indestructible. That's the
Right.
one I hit with the hammer 10 times.
Right. Right. So it's gonna be maybe like a couple feet longer.
Yeah, it'd be a 32 compared to a 22.
Okay. Okay. All right. There you go.
And the reason WCR is getting rid of my pole is they're getting rid of me.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, you don't help yourself out at all in that
Oh, I
situation.
know that. That's why I'm
You
trying
are
to
you
use.
are the biggest shit talker. I'm sorry. Oops. I mean, the biggest poo talker in the world, dude.
I
You.
want to talk less, and I got some really cool things coming up. Those guys that do the 3D stuff, we're
Uh
going to
huh.
come up with water bars that go on any brush. So instead of paying $50 for the Tucker water bar,
Uh huh.
I'm redesigning it so it has more pressure and not that diddly little bit of water. You'll be able to
Oh.
clean screens with it. So that's going to be
Ooh.
really cool.
That's cool.
And
Nice.
it'll be about $35.
So what you need to do, Philip, is you need to streamline your Simpole site, man. You need to just put poles and the clamps and just the poles and the clamps on there. And you
Yeah.
need to you know what? I will say one negative, and I did say this earlier, one negative about the Simpole, I do not like my end caps keep falling out,
Well,
Philip.
I just spent $1,500.
All right.
We
Well,
got
listen, man. I'm just
um,
hey, I didn't
I'm
know.
I,
I didn't know. I don't know what you're doing. You're doing everything, Philip. Why you get mad at me, bro?
Everything.
I'm not man. I heard you. We're having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new caps. This for you, TJ.
All right. Thank you. You're such a sweetheart. I don't know. I liked the fact that we just seen your eyes and your forehead. That was kind of cool. I can't
Yeah,
wait
your
to
little.
yeah.
Well,
I can't wait to I can't wait for you to see the next video I did with your pole. It's pretty awesome. I actually stretched the pole out and laid it on its side to do these windows over an awning, man. And there's no flex at all in it. It's just so
Yep.
awesome, man.
House I did from the porch.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if you saw the video I did. I actually moved the camera so the camera was right and it was like 20 feet out.
yeah. I can't. I have a hard time watching your videos, even having you on the podcast right now. I'm getting motion sickness.
What do you mean you're getting motion sickness? What's
Good
wrong?
Lord, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
Less beer.
yeah, it's unfortunate that you have talked your way out of selling your poles on WCR, Philip. I gotta tell you, man.
Yeah. What happened, Phil? I know it's not our business, and
Yeah,
you
but
can say
man, why?
no, but
Well,
what's going on there?
I sent them 10 poles. They took it all apart. Now they have a shorty and they have their own zero pole, which is basically they copied all what I did. That's what happened.
Oh wow, Philip.
That's the, and over 11 years, they probably only sold about $20,000 worth of Simpos.
Oh,
So
Hmm.
they've really
but
been a
they
good
were
client.
selling them though. Yeah, but they were at least carrying them.
Yep.
Now people got to go to the fucking jungle to get Simpoles,
I-
dude. They got to go to the simpole.com. You need a guide to get through there. You need to hire somebody to walk you through the site.
yeah,
man.
the website's got to get a little streamlined.
I'll put them on the homepage so you can order right from the homepage.
Yeah, you need to get that straightened out, buddy, so people can find because there's no prices on there or nothing. It's really difficult,
Well,
Seth said.
I click through too many pages to get to them. Everything's there.
You can't get any
No,
better than
they're hard to
www.simpole.com. I mean, that is so easy. It's cheesy, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, hashtag keep it simple. I mean, I'm doing all this marketing for you, man. You gotta rein it in, brother. You gotta stop being mean to everybody, dude. You gotta stop making people mad at you, dude. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
www.simpole.com t-shirts with "Keep It Simple" on the back. We're gonna start a revolution, man, and you gotta stop trying to be little Noriega. You gotta stop doing that stuff, dude.
I
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
idea of
Listen.
getting no region refurbishing them. That
Yeah.
sounds like give
Hey,
everybody
man,
a
listen,
300
Phil,
credit.
Phil,
Give them
Phil.
no region.
I'm going to give you some friendly advice because TJ, compared to me, is very internet savvy. Okay, and I did go to your site, and unfortunately, Steve Jobs died, so I can't dig him up to get through your fucking page. You've got to stream.
You got to streamline that. You got to fix your website, brother. You
It
really
took me more
do.
than 4 clicks to get to where I wanted to, and then I was confused.
Yeah,
even when
you gotta streamline that, make it more user friendly for guys to just find the pole they want, the length they want, and be done with it. You got too much
Yeah.
going on there. It's really confusing. But
Okay.
and what unfortunately you have a barrier to your pole, which is preventing people from seeing how awesome of gear you have. You know what I mean? I want to
Yeah.
see a video of Philip using an 85-foot pole. He's only got a 72. Jason Lehman has a 72-foot Kevlar pole. He's got some video of it. You guys should check it out. It's pretty gangster, man. It's a very nice pole.
Jason Lehman is going to show us next week how to clean an entire block of windows from standing in one place.
Yeah, and how to glaze a donut. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm driving, guys.
Yeah, I don't know who
I'm
copied
driving,
what or
so
who
I'm gonna
didn't.
sign.
I'm not gonna say that. Hey, all right, you're gonna sign off.
Are you having
We'll
doing this?
See you later,
Yeah,
Philip.
Yeah, taco for 3 tacos for $1.
Hey, listen, hey Philip, we're gonna if you're leaving, we want to have you back after you get your new stuff.
Hopefully a week from this Sunday, maybe on the 20th.
This is. Are you getting ready to order tacos?
Yeah.
No, I'm driving to.
Hey, Phil, listen. Hey, buddy, let me. I got one more piece of advice. You do realize when you get 3 tacos for $1, you know what you're getting, right?
It's not meat, I know that, but I like the fact they're doing it.
He likes them.
It's some type of meat, but I don't think it's.
It's mystery meat. It's good for my heart.
Right.
Okay. Well, you enjoy those then.
Yeah, any
You
pole.
got a little junk to stay healthy. If you don't eat
Right.
a little junk, you get sick.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you need any pole, like somebody's saying. So I don't know. Like I don't know. Again, I don't want to put that narrative out there. I don't want to be a part. I don't want to be party to who copied anything off of anything. I don't want to be party to that. That's the first thing. So. The views of Philip Alexander do not necessarily reflect the views of the Squeegee Life podcast.
Of anybody.
Listen, I'm not trying to start no shit here, all right? You know, this is Philip going off the rails once again. But what I'm trying to say is what you need to do is if you're going to buy a water-fed pole, you got to buy a quality water-fed pole. You can't buy fiberglass hybrid 50-50 poles that are all wobbly and stuff. You got to buy ultra high modulus carbon fiber, and that's the way Philip rolls. All Philip's stuff is, dude. This is the craziest. I don't even know. This is the best. I know.
Project.
This
I
is
only
the
make
best.
good stuff.
Listen, this.
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on, dude. What is? All right, so maybe this might have been a good decision. Is us getting on the podcast? Like we probably should have did this a long time ago. I was worried that maybe Philip being on the show was gonna ruin it, but no, Philip's doing a great job. Dude, I can't. Dude, this dude is. I don't even know what's happening.
It's not
How
taco
dare you.
night, guys.
It's not taco night, guys. Hey, they stole my poles and all my designs. I'm gonna go have tacos. You know what I'm mad about is I'm mad. I grew up where I grew up at, and Philip Alexander is where he's at, and he never came to my door. You know what I'm saying? I am so upset.
Holy shit.
This is the. Oh my God, Mark's gonna have a heart attack, dude. His ear. So we hit Mark's ear this evening. What happened to Phil? I wonder if we're probably laying underneath Phil's leg right now. This is a bad idea. Oh my God. Philip's video skills are second to none. Are we getting ready to go to someone's door? Because that would be great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Oh, is he
guys.
back? All right. Yeah.
Dude, he's out passing out cards, bro. He's not playing around, dude. Have you ever heard about our Lord and Savior Simple? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I can take you to my door.
I can take you to my door. So, Philip, yeah, this is great. Android copies Apple.
Safe in the car?
Apple copies Android. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Innovation is innovation. I don't want to. Philip.
It's the idea because they make it cheaper. They don't use the same. They don't use the same wall thickness. That's what makes my pole better is the ultra high mod and the wall thickness that have had.
Kevin, what brought this up?
Dude.
You'll see it with the trad pole.
Jason's like, hang up on him, dude. I don't even know. Dude, he goes, dude, you are all over the place, man. We went from tacos to now we're talking about.
Did anyone see that he took a snapshot? Did anyone see
Yeah,
that?
he took a snapshot. There's someone in the car with this. Oh, my gosh. There's somebody in the car with him. Someone is being subjected to us and Philip at the same time. Someone said T-shirt idea. It's not taco night, guys.
Listen, Phil. I love you, dude. But if you wreck that car, I'm gonna have to hang up laughing.
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
I'm
Philip.
home,
Please
guys.
be careful.
It's home. We're safe.
Oh God.
Oh, there's the Simpole garage.
This is gold.
This is. I mean, my stomach hurts so bad right now.
I haven't laughed that hard since I was
Window
a little
cleaning
girl.
sounds so perverted. Yes, window cleaning is very perverted. Jerry Tennant
right.
apparently must not. He must not clean windows. What are you
You-
doing,
you-
Philip?
Want to see at the door? Oh, here's the door. You know.
Uh huh. Is this Philip's castle?
How many skins are there?
How many skins are in there? How many?
So many. Kevlar skins. Kevlar skins.
Okay, now this is the famous.
This is the inner sanctum.
There's all the pose.
Yeah, all the pose. That's all the pose.
I actually made a pole like this one time. See how that comes out? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I actually had a carbon fiber pole with no clamps. Just like this. You see what I mean? No clamps. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That's like
What is it? Just twist tight?
Yeah, just pressure tight. The problem is I had it up 50 feet and then it came down on me. So, end of
Yeah,
that one.
I tell you one thing, Philip. I heard Chris just sent me a text message and said he's going to steal your website idea, so it's easier, so it's more worse to navigate his website. He doesn't want to sell anything.
Well, Chris is mad because I copied an idea off Free Advice. And I basically I cut and pasted. I cut and pasted on my website. And he got real upset. Plus, I put out there.
In the garage? That's amazing.
Dude,
I heard some of the trad poles were cracking because the top is too thin. And I put it out there, but I didn't say WCR, and he just blew a bloody fit. So when you crack your pole, you have to let me know, TJ.
crack my pole. What, the trad pole?
Yep.
Get out of here. There's no
Yep.
way, dude. Who told you that?
Yep.
Perry Tate? If you're getting your information from Perry Tate, I
No,
can't.
I haven't got a
Do you
picture
see
of
that?
it
Mark, do you see that? I mean, do you see a scenario where that pole's going to crack?
No, I've run that thing hard. I haven't
Yeah, I
had
mean,
an
I've
issue
been
with it.
beating the crap out of mine, man. And I'm kind of rough on poles.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Here we go. He's going to get out of fucking hammer, man.
Oh, he's getting the hammer out now.
Oh,
No.
Lordy Jesus.
Oh, look. You see these new things? Aren't they cool?
Yeah, those are cool,
See those?
man.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to get 40 of them made, and they're going to go. We're figuring it out. And what happened was, I think they had this one too thick, and that's what cracked the trad pole. Was that they were trying to force it in too thick.
Oh,
You see the difference?
okay. Yeah.
So
You don't ever want to
happened.
force it in too thick.
Yeah.
What's nice? See the rough surface.
That's
on
how
it?
many symbols are made.
Yeah, I like the rough stuff. I like the rough stuff, but I don't like it when it's too thick and you got to force it in. I don't like that. What? Where's everyone?
What you
Why are
doing?
you laughing? Dude, I don't know what he's doing. Well, now we're inside of his house.
No,
We're
we're back in
inside
the
the gate.
shop.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Inside, that's your house. That's where you live in that garage here. If I was related to you and I lived with you, I'd make you stay out there too.
Yeah, here, we'll try these new tips. Can you see this?
Jason,
Phil,
I'm
do you
close.
is that
Jason, yes,
listen,
in a sense, I am. Jason, definitely. I am a little rough on my pole.
See, that's too thick. This is the number one section. That's too thick, so I'm going to have to go with the thinner one. I think this is the one that's going to fit. Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
that's a little bit loose there, Phil. Let me ask you something, Phil. Is that your trad pole? Can we see that? Is that
It's-
your trad pole?
I haven't had pose in yet, but they're very similar. There's this is 4 feet. It's going to be similar to this.
Uh-huh.
So, Philip, I have a question. I actually have a technical question for you. How come when you send your sim poles, the clamps aren't tightened onto the pole? Is it because
was
it's
just-
warm where you are, and when I get it, it's colder and it loosens, or
was using see the drills. I didn't
Yeah.
have the drill set right. I have to set the drill right to get the right pressure on
all
it.
right? I
So
mean, it's
that-
not a big deal. I just slapped pulled out an Allen wrench and tightened them down, and I've not had to mess with them since. But I really like your clamps. I like your clamps more than the cheap it clamps. Those things suck ass compared to your clamps. I mean, I've only adjusted my Simpole clamps the first time, and I've not had to touch them since.
Yeah.
Have
So
the little box. Put your
you can't. I mean,
Have you put the hose in the bar yet?
what?
You don't
You-
seem.
Have you put the hose in the clamp?
No, you don't seem to use this.
Yeah, I do occasionally. Sometimes I do. It just all depends. Hey man, I don't really care about that stuff. I mean, if you want me to
Yeah,
make sure I
well,
keep putting them in there, I mean, I'll put them in there for video's sake. For video's sake, I'll start doing it, so you'll stop crying about it. The next video, I do. It is stuck in the clamps. You know what I mean?
Well, you
just,
can do
you
every one. Here's
You can do every-
here's
yeah.
the last. This is the last 22 I have left until next week. And this is what I got to figure out: which size. That's too thin. That's too thick. So he still hasn't got it right. You see, that's why he sent these to me.
I'm gonna send. Hey, you like TLC channel? Because I'm sending the Hoarders show over to your house.
See, this is 19 millimeter.
He doesn't even
And-
care about what you're saying, Mark.
I heard him. I
I heard him.
ignored him.
I ignored him. Yeah.
I ignored him like most people do to me.
Yeah.
Well, Philip, this is what we want to do, man. When you get you said your trad pole's coming in soon, yeah?
They mail them out the 20th, and it usually takes 2 days. So they'll
So-
mail them out, and I should have them hopefully by next Wednesday. I'll let you know
when
if I get.
let me know, and when you do, we want to have you on the podcast to unveil your trad pole.
Cool.
Okay?
That
I
That-
just can't believe people are. I don't understand how people are fucking cracking that trad 12. I don't. Why? I think that's fake news.
I'll tell you
Philip.
what. I had mine today because we're on a 24-foot swing stage, and I've got to push the stage off the building to get by an awning. I had my trad pole extended fully out, leaned up against the building, and pushed into an entire swing stage off of it with no issue. And I actually stepped on it with work boots, and I kind of looked down like, uh-oh, and it was fine. I mean, look, if people are breaking them, it's almost.
I got a question. I got a question. What's going on there? But I love my trad 12 pole. It's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to trying out a sim trad pole because Philip likes to overdo things. So you'll probably be able to fucking hit home runs with it.
T-ball pole.
We know. Philip's trad pole you'll be able to pound nails with.
no, not the trad. We can do that with the Kevlar, not the.
Oh,
trad.
that's right. That's right. The Kevlar pole. My bad. So
The difference is mine's going to be smooth. You know how smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth the.
yeah, mine's
I
gonna be
make-
smooth. My pole gonna be smooth. I got me a smooth po. Well, dude, we're at the 2-hour mark. Josh Schoaf didn't show up, so everyone give him shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Philip is a lovely man. That is correct. Philip does have heart, and I'm sad that you cannot get along with anyone. That really bothers. You can't get along with anyone. You always have to be Philip Alexander about everything. It's sad to see that relationship between you and WCR is splitting because you had a spot besides that crazy website of yours to sell your poles. But I understand business is business, so it is what it is. So, guys, we will be back Sunday. Hopefully, Tim won't be working next Sunday, 'cause that's where Tim's at tonight. So, we didn't kick Tim off the podcast. He couldn't because he had to work. So, we'll see you guys Sunday. Go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Hopefully, Philip will send us a bulk of simples and we can sell them for him there.
There you go.
One click. But go to www.simpole.com. Check out Philip's wares. Go to windowmagicsupply.com. Check out their wares. And we'll see you Sunday. And, I hope you guys enjoyed that shit show. And to everyone that may or may not have been offended, again, Philip Alexander's views do not expressly we don't align with that. You can't hold us accountable for the things that Philip says. That's why I knew he was gonna say something as soon as we got him in here. I knew it. So he kept calling and calling and calling. I'm like, yeah, Philip's gonna say something crazy. So
I'm gonna wear him down.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear him down. I'm gonna keep calling my Kevlar. My simple, ultra high mod simple.
Well, I will say this: if there's
I'm coming out next with high modulus carbon fiber dildos with a Kevlar reinforced mushroom tip.
If there's an award given for the most earshot in the podcast, yes.
This is the one. If you want to see. If you want to see Philip Alexander's teeth or his nose hairs, tune into this episode because it's legendary. But we'll see you guys Sunday. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. Remember, we're on iTunes and Podbean. Man, if you guys could go to iTunes and leave us a review, man, you could just tell us that Cheerios are good. And I'll be like, yeah, dude. You know what I mean? Just that would be great. That would help us out. But we'll see you guys Sunday. And thanks to Seth Byers. Joshua Schoaf is a shit-face douchebag, and I'm going to punch him in his fat head the next time I see Mr. Shit Picker-Upper. I'm going to kick him in his balls. And Tim, you better come back, or we're definitely kicking your ass, and we're going to go to Bon Jovi's house and kick his ass too. So we'll see you guys Sunday. Thanks for watching. Deuces.
Peace.
Later, boys.
Deuces. See you later.
Bye. I don't like them up here.